Now that you have all your WordPress settings configured, you can move on to the most important task you'll do in your WordPress blog, and that's actually writing articles. So if you notice on the dashboard here, it says one post. So there's an existing post that comes with the default WordPress installation, and if I click on it, you can take a look. It's called Hello World. So if I click on that title, you'll see the Edit Post menu where you can see the title of the article and the text that's in the article. I would delete this post before I actually went live with my blog, but this is just to show you what it looks like. If I want to create a new post, I would click the Add New link under the Post heading, and I would be at the Add New Post menu. So the first thing that you'll want to do is put a title in, so you can just type that in. And then the next thing that you want to do is type in or paste in the body of your article. So this would go into this field. Now you have two different interfaces that you can work with. You have the visual interface, and this is kind of like using Microsoft Word. It's a what you see is what you can get interface. And then the HTML view, which is where you can write or edit HTML code. So I'm going to work with the visual one for now. And I have the text for my article in this text file, so I'll paste it in. Now before I do that, I want to show you some of the options you have. So you bold, italic, you can cross words out, you can have a bulleted list, a numbered list, you can do a block quote, you can align your text, spell check, and if you click this button, it gives you full screen mode, so your whole screen is the writing interface. If you click the button again, it will take it off. And then this button is called the kitchen sink button. So if I click that, you get a bunch of other formatting options that are pretty useful. I would probably leave this on for the most part because all this stuff is really handy. I just copied a bunch of text out of a text file, so I want to paste it in. I can use this paste as plain text and insert it. If I had written this all in a Microsoft Word file, I could click this button and paste it, and it would kind of strip out a bunch of the weird word formatting, but keep the bolding and highlighting and all that stuff on. So some of the things you could do from here is format the text. So I want to make this text bold, so I'll just highlight it and click bold. If I wanted to make something italic, I could just select it and italicize it. Some of the other things, I want to make a few headings on this, so I want to make this a heading 3. So it's formatted as paragraph text right now, but if I go over to the drop down list, I could select it as heading 3 text. And I also want to make this heading 3 text, so if I change it to 3, I'll do the same here. So once you have your text in place, you might want to put in some media, so images, audio, video. So I'm going to click here and put a space down. And up here I have the choice of uploading or inserting an image, a video, audio, or I could just go to any combination. So I'll click Add Image, and you can get it from a URL from the media library, which once you start uploading files, it creates a media library, or you could get it from your hard drive. And I have a file on my hard drive that I want to use. So I'll select this image, open it, it will upload the file to my web server, and shows the file once it comes up, so I can give it a title. I could put alternate text there, and I could put a caption. I could also put a description. If I wanted to link somewhere, so I want when you click on this image you can see maybe the image full size, I could do that. I just set it to none, and you can have it go as a thumbnail, a medium or large, or just full size, which is what I want it to do. And you can also use this as a feature image for this article, and I want to use this as the feature image for the article, so I'll do that, and then I'll click Insert into Post. And you can see the image is inserted here, and also if I scroll down you'll notice the feature image, so it's added down here, and this will be used by the theme later on. One of the other options you have is the ability to embed media from a URL. So if I click on this little video icon, it asks me for the file URL. So I'm going to go to this YouTube video that I have here and grab the URL, and I'm going to come back here and paste it in, and it's Flash since it's on YouTube. There's a bunch of other formats that you can choose, and you'll notice the video just pops right in there. I could control the dimensions from here, so I could make it 600 by 400. There are also some advanced features here that you can set if you really want to get into all that. I prefer to just leave it at the default, and when I'm done I'll click Insert, and it gets inserted into the post. Now it shows up as a Flash placeholder. When I publish the post and I go view it from the front end, you'll see what the video looks like. Now there's some other options down here. categories. What category do I want this to appear under? And I'm going to leave it as uncategorized because it doesn't really fall into any. It kind of overlaps a bunch of them. But if I wanted, I could select one of these existing ones or even add a new category. Same goes here for tags. So if I want to add tags to this post, I can put tags in and just type a bunch of tags and click the add button and they'll get added in. Now, excerpt. This is a description of the article, or it could be all the content from the article itself that would show up in your URL feed. So if I were to say go to the URL, if I were to go to the HTML editing tab, I can copy all this code and I can come down here and paste it in the excerpt. Custom fields, I'm not going to mess around with custom fields that much, so I'll just leave that alone. Author, so I could pick myself or one of the other authors on the site from this drop down list. I want to allow comments on this article and I want to allow trackbacks and pingbacks. Now, I mentioned the HTML editor before. As you can see, you could go in here and see, so for instance, I bolded this text before and it has the strong tag wrapped around it. You could insert paragraph text. You could look at the URLs that were added for things. So if you want to get into the nuts and bolts of the HTML code, you can get in there and edit that as well, or look at it from the visual tab. When you're all ready to go, you could do a couple things. You could do save as draft. And if you notice my permalink here, it picks up the words from the title with a hyphen in between each of them, and this is because I set that up in my settings. So I could make it anything I wanted. If I want to see what this post looks like before I publish it live, I can click on this preview post link and see what it looks like in the browser. So this is what the post will look like. So it looks okay to me, so I'll click the publish button and it will be published, so it's live now on the site, and it gives me a link to view the post. So I'll click on that and see what it looks like live. And here's my article published. Now if you notice, it knows that I'm logged in and I'm the administrator, so there's an edit link here. So if I wanted to make changes to it, I could just click on it right here and go into this editing screen here, where I could then make changes to it. Or if I'm in here and I didn't like something, I could just come right back here and type more words or delete things, change things any way that the system allows. So that's how you would write and publish a post using the WordPress interface.